What an asshole!
Podcasting from Basshole Studios in Hollywood, California. You're listening to I'm an Asshole with Doug Bass. We've all been one, so let's talk about it. Now, here's your host, Doug Bass.
He's an asshole, sir.
He's an asshole.
Hey, welcome to I'm an Asshole. My name is Doug Bass. Thanks for tuning into our podcast. Man, I am a little tipsy right now and tired. I'm not gonna lie about that. I just got back from Temecula, wine country. I've been tasting wine all day. And then for some reason, we decided it was a good idea to schedule a podcast interview immediately as soon as I got back. But I am excited to do it because my good friend and awesome person that I know is on the show today. His name is Jeff Willinger.
Doug.
How do I pronounce it? I'm telling you.
That's the first time in your life you've ever said Willinger.
Willinger?
Ever. You've never said that before.
You know why? Because I've been drinking, and I can't even pronounce it correctly.
Well, cheers
Willinger.
to that. Willinger.
And now we have more drinks. Jeff Willinger. I don't know why I said Willinger.
I know. I was like, all right, Doug, I'm finally on your show.
Willinger. You know what? I don't think I've said it enough times out loud.
Well, don't ask me to say Bassanova or whatever.
No,
you
yeah.
know, right?
No, if my real last name was Bassanova,
You would never
I think I would have
never
kept
shorten
it.
it.
I would have definitely kept it.
I would have just changed it to Bassanova. Yes.
Now it's too late, I think.
Fuck, no.
It's not?
Oh, my fucking God. I cannot
Oh, my
believe I
God.
just thought of that. Bassanova.
Bassanova.
And then, dude, that would be your name.
That,
People
I wouldn't
rid of
even.
Doug,
Just
Bassanova.
Just like Madonna, I'd be
Yes,
Bassanova.
completely. I'm sure
Shit.
there's got to be Bassanovas out there.
This is why I have not been successful at all yet.
I'm a marketing guy.
This is what you do, right? This is
What I do.
Yeah.
I create.
Well, thank you for creating my
Potential.
my one name stage name. Now
Bassanova.
I never thought in my life I could go by one name, but now I have the confidence. I think.
You know, I don't know if you know this, but I have one name.
Do you?
I do. I'm known.
What is your
in
one
the-
name?
In the Twitter sphere and social media, Jay Willie.
Oh, Jay Willie. Yes. I have read that. I have heard that. Jay Willie style.
Jay Willie style. I've heard that as well. You know, people that don't know me and then they meet me and they're like, "Hey, Jay," and I'm like, "Hey, Doug,"
Yeah.
and then they'll think that my name is Jay and last name is Willie. I'm like,
Right,
no,
right,
it's
right.
just a nickname.
Right. No, I get that. So thanks for coming on the show. This is the I'm an Asshole show. It took me a while to get you here in Hollywood to do this in person.
You know, like a lot of West Siders, I don't really get this.
That's right.
On the East Side of
You
the
are-
405.
you are
I never
tr-
thought I'd be that guy.
No,
and that guy.
I know you are in love with Venice, Marina, Del Rey areas.
Yes.
You
It's easy to love.
You are. It is. It's very easy to love. You are an avid cyclist. You like to ride your bike. You like to do a lot of exercise.
I exercise quite a bit.
You do.
yes.
Now I've known you a while now, and you are up at like 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, 6:30. I'm
Going to
playing
play tennis.
or pickleball. Yes.
Or pickleball
Yes.
at like 6:30, 7. You've burned like how many calories by like 8 a.m.?
Ideally, it's in the 2,000 neighborhood.
And that's impressive. You're not no young chicken anymore. And look at you. Look
I'm
at you.
probably in the best. This COVID on the positive side for
Yeah.
me, I've lost a lot of weight. I'm in another few weeks. I'll come on and I'll show the six pack.
That's great. Well, you look great. I mean,
you.
definitely for the video podcast, people will be able to notice, I think. So, tell me about pickleball. You're a really big pickleball fan.
You know,
right? A lot of people may not know what it is. It's kind of like tennis and ping pong combined. Is that correct?
inside a tennis court.
Yeah.
It's. I know when I first found out about it, it's like, yeah, it's a hard wiffle ball and paddles without any holes in them, and when you hit it, it doesn't go very far and
Right.
it doesn't bounce very far. I'm like, all right, I'm in.
Yeah. Now, you also play tennis? So was this easier for you to adapt?
To be
this?
honest, I think that my ping pong background has helped me more
Really?
than my tennis background.
Really? Wow.
I love ping pong.
I like ping pong too. I was good at it for a while. I haven't played in forever though, so I don't know anyone who has a ping pong table. So I used to go to like a bar every now and then and like find a ping pong table and play some ping pong. I used to be pretty good. They used to
Yeah.
call me Forrest Gump. No, I'm kidding.
So we grew up going to my grandmother's house in
Yeah.
Brooklyn, and she had a mini ping pong table, basically a quarter. So when you learn how to play on I almost said a court, a table
Right.
like that, it really helps when you get to a big table. And I've won my fair share of games. The
That's
best thing
good.
that ever happened to me were like those
Now,
ping pong.
have you ever
bars.
been in a ping pong league, or
I
just
have
pickleball
not,
league?
Just a pickleball league.
You play with Vulcan Pickle Ball. Is that correct?
I do. I play with Vulcan Pickle
So
Ball.
is that a league, or is that like
Vulcan is
I
my
follow them on
sponsor.
Instagram.
Yes. Thank
Okay,
you.
so they
There you go,
sponsor
Vulcan.
the Vulcan Pickleball. I follow them on
Yes.
Instagram. They sponsor you as a player.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
cool. And where are they located now?
Vulcan is in Little Rock, Arkansas.
Have you been there?
I have not yet.
So how does that work?
Based upon my social media reach,
All right.
they decided that I was a good investment. For
Okay,
them.
cool. Now, does Little Rock have a big pickleball? Like, is that their base? Why is it in Little Rock?
Vulcan has got a beautiful campus with a number of pickleball courts.
That's interesting. See, these are the questions that keep me up at night, that kind of stuff. I don't know what the hell's going on.
I want to be a professional pickleball
Right.
player.
Now, I mean, maybe you will. Maybe that'll be your retired life, pickleball pro.
Ideally.
Yeah.
Ideally.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, I've known you a while now. I've spent some time with you. Let me ask you this. Okay, so you play ukulele, right?
You know, I'm an amateur ukulele player.
Now, I was on vacation with you at one point
Yes,
in Hawaii.
I remember that. Yes, Hawaii. Yes.
Now, you took a ukulele lesson in Hawaii.
I took a ukulele lesson in Hawaii, and
Right.
all I'm going to say is the ukulele came to me. I've always wanted to play. Who doesn't want to play the guitar?
Right.
This was just a lot easier for me to learn.
You were the first one to go take a ukulele lesson, and you came back and said they gave me a free ukulele.
And no one believed it.
After the lesson, this is my impression of you. They gave it to me for free. You wouldn't understand. I took the lesson, and they even gave it to me for free. And no one
Sound like I'm from New York.
and no one believed you.
No one did believe me. They're like, all right, you put it on the roof.
But you were lying, no? Jokingly.
No.
Come on.
They did give it to me for free.
They gave you the actual ukulele for free.
I have the ukulele.
I don't know
I can't
about
say
that.
I will tell your audience, and I am sorry to say, I know this is like not truth or dare or anything, but I really have not practiced.
No, you have not. I saw you play the ukulele once on that trip. And then you got a free ukulele, apparently, and you never took it out of the case again during the whole trip. I just think it's funny because I was like, oh, yeah, there's that free ukulele that you haven't used.
You know what? I knew how to play Wipeout.
Oh, yeah.
But my version was the ultra slow.
I did
version.
try. I did take the lesson with Cassie, and that was hard. I was like, I think we had given up maybe 10 minutes into it. We were like, all right, fuck this.
Well, I think Cassie's more musical than you.
Oh, she definitely is. I'm not musical at all.
But
no.
it's very hard for my fingers to move that fast. I was like dun 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 dun. Dun. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah,
And then
it's
they recorded it.
You
It
start to hear Wipeout, and you're like, oh god, like this is not how it's supposed to sound. It's supposed
Not
to be
even close. It's
fast
like
as
the
hell.
Slow motion. Dun 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 dun.
Yeah. It's pretty bad when you. And then the instructor does it, and you're like, wow, that's
Yeah,
pretty good.
yeah.
That's pretty
and
good.
then you see any sort of rock band that
Right.
goes like
Exactly.
And I'm like,
So you also you're not from Chicago, or you live
I'm
there
a
for a
native
while?
New Yorker.
You're a native New Yorker,
And
yeah.
I decided to move out to Chicago.
Right. How long were you there?
A very long time.
Yeah.
20 plus years.
Really? What age were you when you moved to Chicago?
I was 23-ish.
Really? All right. So you lived your prime 20s in Chicago.
I did.
Nice.
I started out in a little, it was basically the Melrose Place of Chicago suburbs. It was called Four Lakes Village.
Okay. I've only been there twice. I love it. Every time I go, I'm like, I can see myself living here at some
Got
point.
a lot of soul.
Yeah. I mean, it's cold as hell, but I mean, I kind of like that, you know? And then when the lake opens in the summer, everyone goes nuts and they're there.
When it's 50 degrees, everyone is outside in
Right.
shorts.
Yeah. What is your go-to Chicago favorite food? Is it cliche in the deep dish?
It's a tie. I don't love super deep dish, but I do love a brand called Pisano's.
Okay, because you're a picky guy when it comes to food.
I am.
I've been out to meals with Jeff a lot of times. You like food. You're a big foodie, but you are very particular.
Particular is a better word than picky. Yes, I like certain things, and the things that I like a lot. Mm-hmm. Pisano's pizza. I just ordered. They had buy 4 get 1 free. all over that.
And they ship it to you?
They ship it to you
Okay.
for free. I think I got 5 pizzas for like $100.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's a good deal. Jeff is also about finding a very good deal. This is the next thing we'll get into. I look up to Jeff because he has taught me certain ways of life experiences, going to places, finding a deal or something that's not offered like on the paper in front of you. There's something in the ether that not everyone may be aware of, but Jeff somehow can figure out we're going to get this and we're going to get that. And if we don't get that, we're going to get that.
And we're not going to pay for it.
We're not going to pay for it, or we're going to get like 20% off somehow. And I'm always like, how the hell are you going to do that? Like, there's no coupon, there's no special. Yeah. And Jeff has a way of doing that. Like, that's kind of like, I mean, you talk for a living, right? Like, you but not that you're schmoozing people all the time. I don't know. You work for Fujitsu. I don't really know what you do, to be honest with you. I know you like to talk. I know you're very charming when you talk, and you're a people person. I
just like to make people feel really comfortable and warm and welcome. You know, we live in a day and age where everyone is so isolated. I was doing my own personal Facebook challenge at the beginning of the year. I don't know if you knew this or not.
No.
I was going to one person, I think I committed to 1 a day or 5 a week that I would reach out to on my Facebook friends that I haven't talked to. You probably wouldn't be on the list because I talk to you often.
Definitely.
But people that I just haven't talked to.
Interesting.
And I did reach out to a bunch of people, first on Messenger just to confirm what their phone number was. And then they'd be like, you know what, call me next week. And I got that a few times and I was like, and then all of a sudden COVID hit.
Yeah.
And I decided not to ping them again. I went for new people.
New people.
Yeah,
now, are these people like former colleagues that you haven't talked to in a while? High school people, college, like anything like that? High
school. I keep in touch with my elementary school friends.
That's great.
People are very surprised. Growing up in New York, we really had each other's backs.
Yeah. I talked to like a couple elementary school people, but yeah, not a lot. But that's good. And it's almost like you think about Facebook or like Messenger and stuff. I have people, I talk to more people on there. Like I have people's phone numbers in my phone, but I never text them, but I'll talk to them on Messenger. And that's almost replaced like someone's phone number. It's like you don't even need their phone number anymore.
You don't need their phone number anymore. There are plenty of people that I don't know what their phone number is. Like I go to text them, like, how do I not have their phone number? Then I'm like, oh, they're a Facebook Messenger friend or Facebook friend.
Or Instagram DM.
Yeah, Instagram.
Twitter. Like there's so many ways to get in touch with people now besides a phone number. The phone number almost seems a little more too like impersonal or like, I don't know. I think I have like 10 to 12 people that I'm comfortable texting like whenever. And that's it. Like everyone else on my phone, I'm like, I'll email them or I'll send them a Facebook or something.
I think just like in life, my passion is internal communications.
Okay.
Is we have to meet the people where they are.
Right.
If they're on Messenger, I will messenger you. If they're on text message, I'll text message you. What's the best way to get you? Like if we're going to hang out, Doug, how would you prefer? Do you, now that I'm talking to you, I guess I never, and I apologize. I never asked you this question.
Yeah, no, that's a good question. You know what? I don't mind text. I don't, Instagram Messenger, I talk to more people on there than text.
Wow.
I would say. And then Facebook is probably a third because I feel like more people are not on, they're not going on Facebook as often or they're limiting it as much.
I know all those people that quit Facebook.
Yeah. But like they still keep their Instagram and like Instagram is just as bad as Facebook, I think, because it's like you got your friends, you got your DMs, which is the same thing as Messenger in my opinion. And, you can also interact with strangers that you don't know.
Yeah, but the difference is on Instagram, it's just different on Instagram. I very rarely, I do talk to some people, like if they like one of my stories or whatever, but...
Right. I'm not great with the group texts. I'm not great with those. Like, I know I'm on a couple group texts with you, and, like, sometimes I don't respond at all. Or, like, I'll be like... Yes. Like, like it's like, I don't know. Like my wife, she's on 20 group texts with like people that she doesn't even know that are like friends of friends of friends or whatever. And I'm like, that's fucking exhausting to me. I mean, you may do it for work.
No, I'm on a pickleball.
Okay.
Where they're 20.
Do you love that? Do you like doing that?
No, because I only know certain people.
Right.
And I like my own little pickleball group or tennis group where they're like 10 of us.
Yeah.
Hey, who's playing today?
Great.
What time are you going to be there?
Right. That's it. That's all you need to know.
Right. Just tell me the facts. But you do have to meet people where they are. The difference, this is what I was talking about earlier with Instagram. I don't think I've ever used Instagram on my computer. I don't even know if you could actually access it from there.
You can, but it's not the same. It's not as good.
Right. So with Facebook, I could be on my computer
Yeah, that's
or my
true.
phone.
That is true, yeah.
So
that's the advantage
why
of that.
it's easier Facebook or text message.
But are you on your phone more than your computer these days?
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
Because I'm playing pickleball all the time.
Right.
I hope my boss doesn't listen to this. Just kidding, Bernie.
No, of course. You definitely are always working every time I see you. And you make time for your pickleball when there aren't work meetings and whatnot going on. I mean, you got to. What else did I want to ask you? Oh, so you do like to exercise. You're obsessed with your Apple Watch.
I'm obsessed with my Apple Watch.
Now, I got an Apple Watch, not based off of your recommendation, but I kind of wanted one. You had one. I was like, all right, let me get it. Now I'm getting really bad. Ever since COVID happened,
Doug,
I don't wear it as much.
Doug, I don't think I've actually ever. I knew you bought it because I remember the box.
Right.
I don't think I've ever actually seen you wear it.
No, I did have it on. You know what? I brought it this weekend when I was away, or this week, whatever.
Did you wear it?
I had it on the first day, and then I took it off, and I was like, I got to charge this at night, and then I forget to put it back on in the morning. It's almost because I don't have a normal routine right now that I'm not putting it on every morning. But then I'm like, maybe I should wear it at bedtime because there's like a sleep thing that monitors like how well you're sleeping. But then I'm like, when do I charge it if I'm sleeping with it?
It's probably charged right now. You could probably see
it. Probably is. It's in my bag somewhere. Yeah. So I got to get back. I got to get into a better routine of wearing this watch.
I can't leave the house without this. If I would rather leave my cell phone at home than this watch.
Wow. And
I don't even have cell service on this.
You didn't get the cell service on.
No, I am obsessed with knowing my steps, how many calories I burn.
I do like that when I was walking more often, but right now I'm not. So it's like, I don't know. Until I have a better routine, then maybe I'll get the friggin' watch back on a cycle or something. I know.
That's right. You're into biking now.
Well, no.
You're into biking now.
Well,
congratulations.
No, I don't know yet because I still don't have my bike. I called them today, and then for people that don't know, I bought a used bike off of Let It Go about 2.5 weeks ago. It's a giant bike, good brand, decent brand. Used.
Right, not giant.
No, not giant like I'm a small person, like in a circus, or something like that. But I bought it, and then I tried it out when I bought it. It was fine. It worked great. Changed the gears, all that stuff. And then the next day, I go to try it again, and the gear shift snaps in half. And I was like, motherfucker. And then I messaged the guy, and he never responded. And I bring it to the bike shop, and then they're like, oh, yeah, it needs this part and this, and we'll give you a tune-up. And it's like, $110 or whatever. And I'm like, okay, great. This was 2 Fridays ago I dropped it off. And then that was Labor Day weekend. And then they call me they're like, it'll be ready Monday or Tuesday. I'm like, okay, cool. And then they call me Tuesday, and they're like, we have to order a special part. They were closed Labor Day, so it's going to take a couple days. I'm like, okay, fine. They're like, it'll be ready at the end of the week. Then another week went by, and then today, they never called me to say it was ready. I called today from the road, and I'm like, hey, is this bike ready? They're like, oh, yeah, it was ready 2 days ago. I'm like, well, I'm like, thanks for calling me, assholes. It's like.
They should be on your show.
They should.
You're an asshole.
They should. And then Cassie tried to pull a joke today. She had one of her friends call me. In the car, she
could call the bike shop.
In the car on the way here, I called the bike shop, and then 10 minutes later, she's like, what was the name of that? Where's the business card for that bike shop? I'm like, this is it. She's like, safety cycle. And then we get to this restaurant 10 minutes later, and I have a voicemail on my phone, and it's like someone being like, hi, this is Susan from Safe Cycle. Just want to let you know that when you brought your bike in, it was stolen. And we don't have it anymore. Sorry about that, but it was like when I heard stolen at first, I was like, what? But then I was like, no. I'm like, this is you, Cassie. She's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, you just asked me.
That is brilliant.
I know, but I called her bluff. I'm like, all right. First of all, you just asked me for the business card of the place. And then I have a voicemail from someone named Susan. When I went there, there was no women working there when I went in there. There was an Asian guy and some kid that looked like he was on meth, and that was it. And it was like, I'm like, this is not this is not them. And then they said, like, when you had brought it in, the day you brought it in, it was stolen. And I was like, well, I had already talked to 2 people about it, so I know it was there at least a week. It's bullshit. She's like, I got to try to work harder on fooling you.
That would have been a great prank.
It would have been, but
World class.
I was onto it very quickly. It didn't matter. All right. Well, Jeff, we're going to take a quick break, and then we'll be right back with your asshole story right after this.
Hang tight. We'll be back with this week's asshole right after this. You're listening to the I'm an Asshole with Doug Bass podcast.
All right. We are back with Jeff Willinger.
That's a new
Jeff Willinger. I said it right.
You did.
I didn't fuck it up. All right, we are back. We are in the studio today with Jeff. So, Jeff, this is the I'm an Asshole podcast. And what we do on the show is that we dive into a moment in your life that you may have been an asshole. It can be a single incident. It could be a chunk of time in your life. It can be, you could be one right now. It could be someone thought you were an asshole and you weren't. Maybe someone was an asshole to you. Maybe you were an asshole to them, vice versa, whatever. What would you like to reveal to your audience today?
I've got a number of small ones.
Okay. Small assholes.
Small assholes.
Perfect.
We could talk about competitive parking after, but before I tell you that, I want to tell you the story of when Michael Jordan, yes, good old number 23 on my beloved Bulls.
The original Michael Jordan.
The original Michael
Not Michael
Jordan.
B. Jordan.
Not Michael B.
Okay,
Jordan.
all right. Just
Although,
clarify.
the original Michael Jordan is a pretty good actor.
He is. Space Jam was great. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So this is a Chicago
So
story.
this is a Chicago story, and I played a lot of pickup basketball in my life, and I was playing at East Bank Club for you Chicago friends, and a lot of you know this story already, and it's all pickup. So next five. I happen to be on our winning team, and in walks Michael Jordan, who's waiting to get on a good team. Michael Jordan walks on this particular day. Michael Jordan decides he wants to guard me because, we sort of look a little bit
This is just
alike.
pickup basketball.
Pickup basketball.
Wow.
Yes.
All right.
Indoors.
And he just shows up looking to play?
Yeah.
That's what he does, Michael Jordan. That's crazy.
Yeah, this was when he was getting back into shape after
Okay.
he retired for the first time.
Okay, got it.
Michael Jordan decides he's going to guard me.
Right.
On this particular day, I happen to be wearing a Property of Chicago Bulls t-shirt and Air Jordan shorts. And Michael Jordan, right, it's super random.
Right.
Michael Jordan looks at me, he goes, "Oh, you think that's going to help you?" And I'm like, fuck. Already he was being an asshole.
All right.
I actually had other words for him, like, what a fucking douche.
Right.
That's what I'm thinking. Anyway, the ball comes into me the first time, and Michael Jordan gives me a free 3-pointer. And for those of you guys that know me, know that I've never seen a shot I didn't like.
Yeah, okay.
Exactly. So the game is nip and tuck the whole way.
Right. How old are these people play? How old are you when you're playing him?
I was in my 40s, early 40s.
And the rest of the players are same
In their
age?
30s,
Okay.
early 40s,
All right.
yeah.
Did anyone freak out? Like, oh my God, this is happening?
Oh my God, there had to be at least 100 plus people that filed into the gym
Just
when
to
they
watch
heard-
this pickup
when
game.
they heard they
Yeah.
heard he was playing.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan backs me in just like on TV. I'm like, I go straight up like I'm actually gonna block a shot.
Right.
Game is nip and tuck.
Mm-hmm.
Very tight. Ball comes into Michael Jordan, and he works his way up for it. So we're winning 19-18. We go up to 21.
All right.
3-pointer, the game is over. So Michael Jordan does his pump fake. I jump up, which is not very high. Straight up. I didn't touch him or certainly the ball.
Right.
Michael Jordan clanks it, and he calls a foul. Because in
On
pickup-
you?
Yeah, on me.
Oh,
And there were 100 people watching. And I look over.
Is there a
This-
ref? Or is it
No,
just
no,
like,
it's
it's
pickup.
just
It's
like,
pickup.
fuck
It's
it,
pickup.
yeah.
Yeah.
Who's going to argue against Michael Jordan?
Exactly. So I said, that's what you call an air foul. And then everyone, of course, was laughing. And then Michael Jordan, under his breath, says, when you're a 10-time All-Star, you get those calls. Mm-hmm. And I got to tell you, Doug, I couldn't argue with it. I'm a 0-time All-Star. So,
Right.
legend in my own mind, yes. But I'm no Michael Jordan. The ball comes into him again. He takes a shot, and this is my Rudy moment. I see that it's going to go off the back of the rim
Yeah.
and a really long rebound. So I get the ball going the other way, as fast as I can, which is not very fast. And I feel like at first I'm going in for a wide open layup. We're going to win. And then I feel like someone is on me. You know, you have that feeling that you're
Yeah. He's hovering over you.
So instead of going up for a righty layup, I go up for a lefty layup. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Michael fucking Jordan, not Michael B. Jordan, Michael fucking Jordan, also known as Asshole Jordan.
Right.
Michael Jordan's going to be
asshole.
He's going to be listening to your podcast.
I hope so.
Yeah, he will track me down, and this will be the last time you guys see me.
Maybe we'll do a rematch.
Exactly. When you're tagging this episode, make sure you tag Michael Jordan.
Oh my God.
So Michael Jordan, out of nowhere, Supermans me and freaking flattens me. I somehow got the ball up again, slow motion. Michael Jordan is fully draped on top of me completely. And I see it's a fiberglass clear backboard. Off the top of the backboard, swish, game over. With Michael Jordan on top of me.
Jesus.
So Michael Jordan, we're sitting there after. I am shaking. I've done 20 triathlons, 10 marathons.
Right.
I've never been so tired in my life. I'm shaking. And Michael Jordan is sitting next to me on the bench, and Michael Jordan says he is pissed. He's an asshole. Michael Jordan says to me, "I'll bet you're going to tell your grandkids about this game." And sorry, that's not a good imitation of Michael Jordan. I need to work on that.
That's all right.
I say to Michael Jordan, because you have to say Michael Jordan when you say his name.
Yeah.
So I say to Michael Jordan, I said, "I don't know about my grandkids, but every single person until I have my grandkids."
Right. Yeah.
Michael Jordan, you, sir, are an asshole.
Well, I've heard, I mean, like, you know, I feel like, yeah, the stories of Michael Jordan are legendary, that he is an asshole. Like, even, you know, on the Bulls, like, you know, I mean, I watched that documentary series that was just on, and everyone kind of knows that he has put that out there, you know, even in interviews and in life and whatever. Like, it's kind of known, I guess, you know, but
Yeah.
like, I mean, who the hell knows? It's Michael Jordan. But I'm surprised that you even stuck in the game. I would have been like, oh, shit. Like, I need to get the fuck out of here. Like, I need to go watch someone else play Michael Jordan and be like, I was just here, and I gave my spot to Joe Schmo on the bench or whatever.
Yeah, being in it, it was surreal. And I got to tell you, Doug, that after that day, my life changed. And I'm sure a lot of your listeners can relate to this when you're touched by greatness.
Right.
Obviously, not only was I touched with greatness, I was smothered by greatness. And everything in my life at that point was really good.
Yeah.
But it just went to the next level.
Yeah.
And if I'm feeling down or whatever during the COVID and the quarantine and wearing a mask and all the things that we've been doing, I think about that day with Michael Jordan. And then I think about where we're living here in Southern California to New York. East
Totally,
Coast
right,
guys.
yeah.
And I'm like, man, it doesn't suck.
That's a great moment. And it's almost like, you know, if you could pick, I mean, are you a big basketball fan? Were you a big Bulls fan? Were you like
diehard Bulls?
So this is like
Bulls.
a big fucking deal. Like, you know.
God, it was, I can't even, there really would not be one person in the NBA. I did love Pistol Pete Maravich.
If there was one sport that you could play with an idol or you know, someone you admire that plays, would this be like that moment, like basketball with Michael Jordan? Probably. I mean, like the only other thing I could see,
tennis with John McEnroe.
Yeah, all right. So tennis, like you could do tennis with John McEnroe, which, you know, would still be intense with him, obviously, but like, you know, it's not going to be as like you can seriously get hurt with Michael Jordan. But it's like
I almost did get
right.
hurt.
So it's like, you know, if you were a big boxing fan, it'd be like, oh, you're gonna fight Mike Tyson tonight. You know, it's like no, that's good. You know, like you could play golf with Arnold Palmer and manage. You know, like any other sport, baseball, take a pitch from Ken Griffey, whatever. You know,
exactly.
it's like you can do that. But like basketball and boxing, those two, I don't know. Hockey, who knows?
Right, exactly right. I'm not a great skater, but yeah, like if I'm like with Bobby Hull.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, no, that is kind of the thing. Like, if you were put to the test, like if you could play with one of your idols in your favorite sport, would you and could you do it? Most people would be like, absolutely. You know, even if I die, some people would be like, I'll have a heart attack playing with Michael Jordan. I'll die. That'd be great.
It would be a hell of a way to go.
It would, yeah. All right, so he was an asshole to you. Well, all right, that's not cool of him. But you know what? He's Michael Jordan. So who the hell is going to argue with him?
I know.
Now, were you at all? Was anyone? Were you an asshole to anyone during that game, or like have you been?
So I could talk about parking, and again, this is something that everyone.
Are you an asshole, Parker? Driving wise.
Driving wise, I'm that guy that goes in the right lane as far up as I can to make the left-hand turn.
Oh.
When the light goes. Is
Yeah,
that
yeah.
an asshole?
Right.
So be it.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
that guy. I'm the guy that sees. I'll wait a little bit longer if I see someone's getting out.
What
Parking
about
in LA is competitive. That's a competitive sport.
it is a competitive sport. They should give out medals for the most competitive asshole parker. What about for pickleball? Now, have you done any kind of asshole moves on the pickleball court?
You know, Doug. And again, I know a lot of my pickleball friends are going to be listening to this, but hopefully by this point they've already turned it off. And look, my pickleball friends know this.
But do you get competitive? Like, now, are you
That's where I'm
are you a
going
good
with it.
winner or a sore loser?
Oh,
like,
no.
right.
I'm a very gracious, humble winner. But pickleball, like pickup basketball,
Right.
it's when there are a lot of people there. You put down your paddles and next game. Well, you learn whose paddles are whose, and I tend to play with the better players because I don't like playing with a lot of the beginners. And I'm sorry, look.
Right. Now, if I
I've done
played,
my time.
I've talked about playing before or
I
trying
would
it out.
certainly
I would be a
help you
beginner.
through- I would help
You might get
through
pissed
it.
at me.
Doug,
You might say this guy's no good. I got no time.
I believe that, but I would certainly give you an hour of my time to train.
So
and get
gracious.
you going.
Thank you. Yes.
So yes, I could be a pickleball asshole.
Okay.
I try
All
not
right.
to be, but
Well, you try not to be because
my
you
time
are.
Is my
Yeah.
time is very limited.
Well, you're sponsored. You don't want to piss anyone off. You know.
Well, my time is limited. I got to get back to work.
That's true.
So
yeah.
I'd rather, if I'm playing with a bunch of beginners, I might as well just stay at my desk.
Right. No, I hear you. So, okay. So another asshole thing. I don't think this is an asshole thing, but not like we talked about before. You like to find a deal. You like to find.
And people take exception to that.
Right. So do you think that is an asshole move, like asking for something at a restaurant or trying to get something out of them or whatever?
You know,
Whatever. Like if you presented a situation that you go out and you're like, I think we should try to get this. Like, do you think that's an asshole move?
I think that it really depends upon the situation.
Yeah.
If the service is brutal or if they can't get my steak right.
Right. That makes sense.
Like,
If,
yeah,
you,
I
if you're
think that-
disappointed, you would like some kind of compensation or
Yeah.
a free dessert or whatever, something like that. I get that.
I hate free desserts.
You don't like free desserts? Why is that? Because
I'm not a big dessert guy.
You don't like
Usually
dessert?
I love dessert, but usually if the dinner is amazing, I'm not going to want dessert.
Right.
If I want dessert after dinner, it means the dinner sucks.
now, if they give you like we went out, this weekend and they gave our anniversary, so they gave us free dessert at one place. That's usually standard.
How
If-
was the dessert? Was it something special? Or just like a
it was
scoop of ice
it
cream?
was good. It was adults only ice cream with like bourbon infused liquor.
All right, that sounds delish.
And some kind of cereal stuff inside that was really good.
Nice.
But we ordered a flat iron steak or some kind of I think it was flat iron steak. I don't remember, and it wasn't that good. It was okay, but it was like they had like the fried onions on it. Like it seemed a little cheapish for like what the restaurant that we were at and what they were charging. And I was like, part of me was like, what would Jeff do?
I like that thinking, but it really depends how big. I mean, if
No, I
it
know.
really looked horrible,
No, it was edible. It was
taste
fine.
good?
It was good, but like we were like the other two things we ordered. Like the presentation was amazing and it was delicious, and then this was like I could have made this at home.
So, Doug, I was at the W downtown Chicago recently and checked in. I'm Platinum Elite. I have concierge service when I start traveling again.
Great.
They tell me, hey, Jeff, one of my favorite parts of the W, you get to order room service, whatever you want for breakfast.
Nice.
Complimentary when you're at my level.
Yeah.
They tell me, the original person tells me, no, sorry, during COVID, we're not doing that.
Oh.
But you could still order room service.
Okay.
So I'm like, sounds peculiar to me. So then I check again with another gentleman at the front desk. He goes, oh, no, that other person was misinformed. You do get breakfast. Help yourself. Get
All right.
whatever.
All right.
Go and check out. I mean, I run out of there. I mean, whenever. And I look at my bill. They don't put it under the door anymore. They email it to you. And sure enough, they they charge me for breakfast both days.
Really?
So I call up. I talk to whoever the front desk person was.
Yeah.
No, we can't credit that. Sorry, we're not doing that. It's COVID.
Yeah, they want to make their money.
So, Doug, do you think that I really let that go?
No. There's always a way, especially with you.
I'm paying for this myself. Even
Right.
if my company was paying, I still wouldn't do it.
No, yeah. You do it out of habit. You don't want to lose. You don't want to lose your touch.
Right. I find out who the general manager is. Get that gentleman.
Right.
Email him. We set up a time for a phone call. And guess what, Doug? Not only did I get my comp breakfast like I should have,
Right.
I also got 5,000 extra points for my trip.
Oh my God. All right. Well, that's good.
But
now,
is that,
how
is
long?
that me being an asshole? I was actually in those situations.
No.
Doug, it's the opposite. You have to kill them with kindness.
I get it. But how long did that take you to get them on the phone?
I know you have to think about what
All
is
right.
your time. worth.
So I get it, and like I'll do stuff like that every now and then sometimes my wife will be like, just forget, forget, come on,
I know they're like, let's get out of here.
right. So it's like, yeah. Do you have the patience because I'll call places on the phone like shit that like this was horrible. Like I did that for hotels.com. I stayed at a place, it was horrible. Like the air conditioner didn't work, the TV didn't work, and I was like, I don't, and I paid for it. And then I told the manager when I checked out, this didn't work, this was horrible. I want to, manager's not here today. Call back Monday. I'm like, all right. Then I call hotels.com. Then I'm on hold with them half hour because of COVID. No one's answering. Then I wait a day. I try back the next day, 40 minutes. And then I let it go. And then a week later, I call back again. 40 minutes, I finally get someone. Then they're like, okay, we're going to have to look into it. Then they call back to the hotel. Oh, the guy's not here. Back and forth. I'm like, okay, I've at least wasted 2.5 hours on this now.
Doug, you haven't told me how this story ends.
No, I haven't.
But based upon what you're telling me, the Jeff J. Willie style,
Right.
This is one free night for sure.
You want to know what I got?
Go ahead.
$25 coupon. That's it. I was hoping to get my credit back.
Next time, just call me. Call me. Let me handle.
Why don't you start a service for this? You should say like Jeff Incorporated.
Jeff gets a deal.
Yeah, you're pissed off with your restaurant bill. Call me. I'll come down there. I'll settle everything out.
Exactly.
This might be your future
I
retirement
think there was
job.
a Saturday
or something.
Night Live skit where they had what's her name, Leslie Jones.
Just call me Jeff.
Bust down if the date isn't going well, she'll bust down the door and be like, "Hey, baby,"
and just call me Jeff Hagel. Whatever.
Look,
but yeah, I got $25.
I'm for the guys, right? I'm a consumer advocate.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, that's the big thing. Like, yeah, is it worth the time? Like, I don't know how long that would have taken you to get whatever you would have gotten out of that. But
they were an asshole to me instead of the one woman that could have just been like, "Yeah, we'll credit it."
Right. Exactly.
I would have let it lie.
Now I'm sure if they offered me the $25 credit and then I was like, all right. And then I call back the next day and complained again or whatever. Like if I kept doing it and pushing that button that
but
you
I gotta
did,
tell you,
maybe I'd get the free night.
They're gonna see that they're crediting Doug Bass's account,
right?
They'd be like,
but if I complained even more, like if I was like, someone knocked on my door at 6 a.m. I got bed bug bite. Like if I went to the extreme and lied about some stuff,
bed bugs gets
a free night. You should almost carry some bed bugs with you and just
if I knew what they look like, that's not a bad idea.
Or you know what the bites look like and carry a makeup pen or some shit.
Something. Yeah. When I was growing up, one of my buddies always had a piece of glass and he'd slice his mouth open.
Come on.
Just to get our free meal.
And bleed into the pasta, mashed potatoes. Like, oh my God.
Yeah.
This steak really is rare.
Right. Hey, look, it's what kids do. Kids back in the old days.
Right, exactly. So
more times I was an asshole.
Yeah. So okay. Yeah. Do you have another example? We're trying to really dig deep on this show.
So I'm gonna go in the Wayback Machine.
All right.
I do like the Wayback Machine to a little town called New Rochelle, New York.
Never been.
A very young Jeffrey Scott Willinger with his younger brother Greg Adam Willinger.
All right.
In a store called Big Top. You
Big
guys
Top.
in New Rochelle know Big Top.
Is that like a 5 and dime kind of thing?
That's exactly
right,
what
I
it
figured.
is. That's exactly what it is. So back in the day, gosh, I think that we were either like those Sharpie markers or candy bars. I forget what they were. We go in there. We don't have any money with us. One of us was going to distract the clerk while the other one took the merchandise.
All right.
I think I was the taker and my brother was the distractor.
Right.
Greg, my brother, gets in trouble.
Uh-oh.
and they're going to call our parents. Now, I know you don't know my parents, but my mom has passed away, but she was an ass kicker. Before there were tough women, there was my mom. She fucking she worked her way to the top at Gourmet Magazine.
Nice.
She was, again, like a Gloria Steinem.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
And we knew that would be horrible. So I stepped in and said, look, it was all Greg's fault. I sort of threw Greg under the bus. I was completely being an asshole because here's a scoop with Greg. Straight A pluses. B's.
All right.
What can I say? My mom was all about the grades. So
Right,
Greg would
right.
have a pass anyway.
Right.
Me,
okay.
not so much.
Not so much.
So, yeah, I was totally an asshole to my brother.
Oh my god. So he was
turning him in.
So he was distracting the clerk,
Yes.
and you were gonna take something.
Yeah,
Like
$100,000 bars and some
candy
Sharpies.
or some bullshit. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So so why did he get in trouble for distracting the clerk? Why did they yell at him? What was he
because
doing? Just talking to them? Like what kind of distraction did he do? Do you remember?
I told the manager that Greg put me up to it.
They knew you were stealing something,
Yes.
even though he was trying to be the distraction.
Yes.
But they were smart enough to be like, I know what's going on here. Right.
Something like that.
Right. And it was not worth the $100,000 candy bar or whatever.
So
he got thrown under
crime does not pay.
So no, it doesn't. So he got thrown under the bus. Now, did your mother ground him, yell at him, punish him?
it wasn't as bad as what I would have gotten.
Right. Okay.
I probably got the worst of everything, being the oldest.
Really? What was the age difference?
I was only I'm about 15 months older than Greg,
all right.
and then about 7 years older than my little brother.
All right. All right. So almost the same
So,
age, you guys.
Yeah. So, here's another thing that I did.
Is that so? Being close in age for brothers, I'm guessing there were fights often.
All the
Right.
time.
So this was just one example.
But I got to tell you, Greg got me back. We had a
Right.
gravel driveway, and I was on my bicycle, and Greg was throwing rocks at me for whatever reason.
Just because he's your
And I'm
brother,
going
he's allowed to do
as
it. Yeah.
fast as I can down the gravel driveway, and Greg just nails me, hits me in the head. I go down, my whole leg on the gravel, bloody as anything. My mom was pissed.
Oh god.
Yeah,
Now
I
what?
didn't want to piss off my mom.
No. Now, would your father ever intervene with these kind of things, these
My
arguments?
dad was the peacemaker.
Was he just like laid back and like go see your mother?
Pretty much.
That's kind of like how my mom, like it would always be like, either talk to your father or like, I would always go to my mother, like if I felt like I was in trouble. She was actually more laid back. Like my father, I wasn't scared of him, but like I knew like, all right, I got to figure out a way to like either talk to him about whatever happened, like bad grade or whatever. And my mother, I'd be like, I could pull this over on her somehow.
That's complete opposite of my family.
Right.
Complete
Even though
opposite.
my mom probably knew what was going on, she didn't care as much. Or she wasn't as mean about it as
My
much.
dad was basically our protector.
Uh-huh.
He was our protector. He'd be like, if we didn't get good grades, I mean, it was basically child abuse before child abuse was fashionable.
Right. Yeah.
My mom used to hit us until one day, like we're both taller. Me and my brother Greg were both taller than my mom.
Mm-hmm.
I forget what we did. This is what we did. We used to play basketball outside in New York.
With Michael Jordan. Yeah. No.
Well, not in New York. And during
Patrick
the winter,
Ewing, sorry, excuse
we
me.
we would shovel the driveway and play basketball, but we had like 3 basketballs because when it gets really cold out, the basketball goes dead. So we had
Right.
the basketballs, the other ones in the dryer going around.
Oh god.
And Mom came down after, I'm sure she told us not to do it anymore. She goes, "Who did this?" Greg's like, "Me." My mom goes to get a hanger to like kick our ass. And Greg, I'll never forget it, was like, "If you touch me, I'm going to pummel you."
Oh my god.
And guess what, Doug? That was the last time my mom ever hit us. Like, leave it to my brother, my bodyguard. But
Right.
he was going to get it. But
yeah.
Greg was like,
Yeah.
no
No more. No more. Yeah, I remember my mom would always take out like a wooden spoon and like slap us like, get out of here, And we also had this thing called Dad's Helping Hand, and it was like a wooden hand, and it said Dad's Helping Hand on it, and like it was in the shape of a hand, and like my mom would like kind of hit us with that, and then
But
one
hit you where?
like on the back, on the ass, like not a beating,
lightly,
but like a slap, like get the cut it out kind of thing, like not a beating. No, they did not beat us, but like more like don't do that, psh, like that kind of thing. And then I remember my mom grabbed, and it was always hanging by the keys, and it always said Dad's helping hand, and I'm like it's a novelty thing, but like that would not fly today in someone's home, I think.
Oh my God, I used to I just was into vegetables when I was younger. My mom would always make them. So I put them in my napkin. Well, one day, of course, my mom caught me and shoved it down my back.
Oh, God.
I don't think that you would do that nowadays. We'd probably make
No,
the news.
no, yeah.
Jeff Willinger arrested for putting broccoli down his daughter's back.
Yeah, exactly. But like I remember, like my mom in high school, my mom took the thing, like even though I was like probably a junior or something. And I was like, oh really? You're gonna still use that stupid thing, And then my mom would be like jokingly, she'd be like, no, I am. You better cut. And then she hit me with it, and the thing snapped in half. And I was like, ha ha ha! Finally, this stupid hand or whatever.
Then she poked you in the eye.
Then she stabbed me in my fucking heart with it. No. No, but I mean, it's all good. All right. Well, Jeff, I want to thank you for coming on the show today. You've really put yourself out there as far as digging deep into some asshole moments. Some being an asshole to you, like Michael Jordan. We'll probably never have him on the show now, thanks to you.
I know.
But what are you gonna do? Your brother Greg, you redeemed yourself by outing out that you were the cause of the attempted theft at the Big Top 5 and Dime situation. I'm sure you're not welcome there anymore either. We've also lost them as possible sponsors. Thank you. And we also know that you are a asshole driver or parker sometimes. Occasionally.
We all are.
We all are.
But most of the time, I'm like...
I know. We all want to get to where we want to be and just get out of the car as soon as we get there.
As soon as we get there.
I get that. Well, you really redeemed yourself. I want to thank you for coming on. I think there's only one thing left for you to do.
There's really, Doug, only one thing left. And I just have to tell you, my name is Jeff, and I'm a fucking asshole.
Oh, there he is, Jeff Willinger, and he is an asshole. He has come on the show today, and he has redeemed himself. You can now go in peace. Thank you for coming on and doing this. We want to thank Jeff for being here today. I want to remind everyone to follow us on YouTube at Doug Bass Comedy. Don't forget to subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, wherever you get your podcast fix. You know what I mean? It's a drug. I mean, just download this stuff and subscribe to us, all right? And remember, folks, don't be an asshole, but if you are, talk about it. Bye.
You've been listening to I'm an Asshole with Doug Bass. Please subscribe to us on all streaming platforms. Follow Doug on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at Doug Bass Comedy. Thank you for listening, and remember, don't be an asshole, but if you are, talk about it. Have a good asshole story? Email us at doug@dougbasscomedy.com. We'll see you next time.